shooting on the run, and shooting in tight. We'll start with step down because it's what they do the most. All right, well, what they practice the most. All right, it's the easiest to teach, but it's actually what they'll shoot the least. All right, in big boy lacrosse, you get maybe 2 to 3 step down shots a game. You just don't get a lot of them, but the motion is very important. All right, and the footwork, all right, it's pretty much the same from the U9s to the Team USA guys. So again, with holding our stick, we want our stick about waist length apart. All right, and I do this with high school kids in the summer and fall to train them up. All right, so if Coach Worley's my goal, right, I'm facing, my feet are opposite, just like we caught. All right, and so we start with my stick. I want my stick about this far apart, so we say we can dunk a basketball in there. You want a lot of space between my hands and my body when I'm shooting a step down shot. All right, if I'm in tight, it's really hard to get a good range of motion. I want to be out. Again, we want to drop a basketball in here. All right, so when I go in, I can get that huge range of motion and really get my full body into it. All right, and again, this is one that kids struggle with. They feel like when they go out here, they're going to shoot one through the field goal post, which they will. All right, but they're never going to shoot faster than 80 miles an hour if they don't get their hands away from their body. So when they're shooting and they get frustrated, don't be afraid to miss some, because we still miss. All right, when you get loose, sometimes the ball gets loose too, but again, you're not getting it over 80 unless you get your hands away from your body. So let's get a nice, good basketball size to start. All right, well, as we go through our progression of steps, all right, there's 2 or 3 important things. Our footwork, all right, my upper body, and then where my head is. My head the whole time is basically, my chin is glued to my close shoulder. All right, I'm staring right at the goal. All right, so I have a basketball length in between. All right, my chin is on my shoulder facing the goal, and my feet are opposite. All right, so how we want to teach this is a series of about 3 steps. All right, the first one, we step at a 45-degree angle away from the ball. All right, that's our very first step in helping them getting torque. All right, what a lot of kids want to do is shoot from here, where my body's only getting rotated, I don't know, whatever degree this is, not a lot. Right, when I step 45, I'm past than 180, right, which is what we want to get them to rotate. So you'll see as I step to the goal we want to step to a 45-degree angle. All right, the next step is preferably a karaoke step, but some kids who aren't quite as coordinated will just shuffle. All right, so we go, get my stick straight, I step at a 45, and I karaoke step to start getting my momentum going. Again, some of the guys with not as good footwork will take that shuffle step. All right, this step is getting my weight cocked and loaded. All right, I'm getting my weight back here, all right, and ready to unleash. So I've stepped at a 45, I've done my karaoke step. All right, we call this squashing the bug is our final step. Just like a pitcher, I'm getting up real high, and then I'm squashing the bug and coming through. All right, when we want these guys to finish, there's 2 things that we really want to look for that you guys can tell if they shot a good shot. One is they should be struggling to stay on their feet. When I shoot, I should be flying forward and I have to catch my weight. The second is, I always say it like golf. Every golfer's got their pose, right? They come through and sit there and relax and watch it. We want our finishing pose when we shoot, all right? And we want to tuck it in our back holster. So when I come through and shoot, that's my finishing pose. If my stick is down through here on my back leg and my leg has rotated like this, then that's probably a good indication of they did a good shot. Maybe their hands were a little loose, all right? Maybe they did a couple things wrong, but those 2 things, if they finish like that, all right, that's really good steps. What you'll see a lot of kids is step and shoot and drag that foot through. They're losing a ton of power. Right? I get it, if there's a defender in front of them, we don't want to step. But if we can, we're 45 step, and I'm coming through and that leg is ripping through, just like a pitcher. Right? Don't be afraid to use other sports, right, when we're kind of comparing this stuff. Again, that pitcher does a high leg, comes through, very similar to a cross shooting motion.